Hi everyone, it's Christina. Today we are going to go through a level 1 and level 2 Hatha yoga flow. So what I would like you to have today would be one block. I'm sitting on the block right now, and by sitting on the block, what that does, it allows you to tilt your pelvis forward in a more natural position, which allows you to sit up a little taller and relax those inner thigh muscles or those adductors. Also, I would like you to have a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, maybe like a tie, like a man's tie, or even like a towel that you can hold on to, because we're going to utilize this for some shoulder openers and rotations, and maybe even a possible bind as we flow through the practice. So go ahead and sit down, in a comfortable position. We'll start off with a brief meditation. So close your eyes. Sit up tall. Try to get those shoulders more in line with the hips, ears more in line with the shoulders. Palms can be face down, they can be face up, or even connect the index finger and the thumb together for a grounding mudra, for Muladhara. It's just like it's a hand gesture that promotes like a power, directing it into grounding and balancing. So close the eyes, take a deep breath in. Fill the lungs all the way up, then slowly exhale the breath all the way out. Deep inhalation, once again, fill the lungs all the way up to the top. Pause there, taking just a little bit more breath, and slowly exhale the breath all the way out. When you get to the bottom of the lungs, pause, exhale a little bit more. Deep breath in, once again, fill the lungs all the way up. Pause, take in just a little bit more air. Exhale all the breath out. Pause at the bottom of the lungs. Exhale just a little bit more. One more time, deep, deep breath in. Pause, take more air in. Exhale all the breath out. Pause at the bottom of the lungs and exhale just a little bit more. And then just come to your natural breath. Breathing in and out. Noticing how the air is moving up and down, in and out of your lungs. And take a body scan here. How are you feeling this morning? If there's any points of tension, start to direct the breath towards those areas. Give those areas color. So as you inhale, the color will get bold and bright. But as you exhale, the color starts to dim and fade away. After a few cycles of the breath like that, you're going to notice that the color's gone, or it's just so faint you no longer see it, because the tension has gone away, it's dissipated, it's been eliminated from the body. Keep breathing in and out. And then go ahead and take a deep, deep breath in and sigh it out with force. Deep breath in, sigh it out. One more time, deep inhalation. Sigh it out. Then inhale the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, palms into heart center, bowing your head slightly. And think about what your personal intention for your practice is today. The reason why you rolled out your mat, why you turned on this video. Is it for love? Is it self-love or self-care, patience, mindfulness, or health? Maybe it's for someone or something else. Whatever it is, make it simple, make it one word, because I'm going to ask you to come back to it during your practice today. Because we're going to move with purpose, we're going to move with intention. We won't waste any energy. You're going to focus on your breath and mindful movement today. And then I'll set the class intention, and you can repeat after me if you'd like. It's in Sanskrit. Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our own words, thoughts, and actions contribute towards the happiness and freedom for all. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, release the palms face down to the thighs, chin to the chest, pull the shoulders back, and just focus on the breath here. And then notice how in the back of the spine here, that cervical spine of the neck, that vertebrae is opening, and then the muscles in the sides of the neck are starting to lengthen out a bit. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift that chin all the way up towards the ceiling, dropping the head in between the shoulders, exposing the throat, just putting a little compression on the spine. But please be mindful if you've ever had any type of a neck injury that you don't go that far back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the chin parallel with the mat. Blink the eyes open and take the right ear to the right shoulder. Left fingertips come down on the ground, and maybe this is where you stay, or you start walking the fingers away, feeling a deeper stretch into the side of the neck. If you want a little bit more, right hand to the top of the head or towards the ear to pull the head closer towards the shoulder. Full inhalations, full exhalations. We always like to stretch from the top down. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, release the palms to the thighs, roll the chin down into the chest, then take the left ear over the left shoulder. Anchor into the sits bones evenly, then take the right fingertips down to the mat and walk them away. Maybe you take the left hand to the top of the head or towards the ear to pull the head closer into the shoulder, breathing fully and completely. And notice if this side feels different than the other. And remember, this is a guided practice, but ultimately you're the one in charge of your body. And it's your practice, so you modify as you need to. Take a breath in. Exhale, palms to the thighs, roll the chin into the chest. And let's do a few head rolls, starting at the right, going all the way around. Remembering to breathe here, just loosening up all those muscles, getting the vertebrae ready. Spine. Start to make this the last rotation by bringing the head all the way around for one more time, and pausing when you get the chin to the chest, and then start going towards the left all the way around. Moving with intention and purpose, feeling if one side feels different than the other. Maybe you got a little snap, crackle, pop happening. It's okay. Breathe. It should not hurt. Make this the last rotation, eventually getting the chin down into the chest, pausing here, take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, lift the chin up towards parallel with the ground. What I'd like for you to do is to have that yoga strap, and just go ahead and fold it in half for me to where you have your arms nice and wide. Depending on the length of the strap, you may need to unfold it all together. Start down at the knees, and as you inhale, pull the strap up overhead. Exhale, pull it back behind you. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhaling down. And you can continue this movement, or maybe it feels better to go at a diagonal. Just inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. And just whatever you do on the left, you got to do on the right. Because we have to have that balance of energy. This is that part in my class when I go on what will happen. And usually I have one of my students will say, or the world will explode. So let's not test the theory out. Now if this is just too much to do this for the shoulders, what you can do is just hold the strap up overhead and just go from side to side, just getting a stretch that way. Or just lose the strap and just put your arms out at a T and do some arm circles here. And we'll get into the same thing here. This will just warm up that shoulder girdle and that rotator cuff. The strap, using that, just really helps to really pinch the scapula, the shoulder blades together to get that active. But you do what you can do, right? Some of us may have had like some type of impingement or injury, and then you have some shoulder or scar tissue that's built up there, and you have to work through it. Or you have shorter tendons, or you've had surgeries there. You do what you can do, right? So just a few more rotations here. Remember, you're doing this with the breath. One more, make it the best one. And then go ahead and just place the strap down on the ground, just fold it in half there. All right, so what I'd like to do is go ahead and come off of that block, or if you're sitting on a blanket, and just place the block off to the side. And then I want you to get into a nice tabletop position, coming down about 3/4 of the way on the mat, tucking the toes here, getting the knees under the hips. Shoulders are going to be right on top of the wrist. Spread the fingers wide, digging the fingertips into the ground, the bottom of the knuckle, the thumb, and the webbing. And then look to see if you have like a hyperextension here, where you're like having the bends of the elbows like facing towards one another, and it's making your arm bend in an awkward position. If that's happening, what I want you to do is to rotate the arm bones here to where the elbows are pointing back towards the knees, and then the bend of the eye of the elbows pointing towards the wrist. It's going to pull your shoulders back, but it's going to give you stabilization of the joint so you don't hyperextend. So from here, inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chin up. Exhale, chin into the chest, round through the spine, pull the belly in, feel how the scapula are pulling apart. Inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chin up for cow. Exhale, chin into the chest, belly, and round, thinking angry Halloween cat. Inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chin. Exhale, chin into the chest, round, 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 pull the stomach and push away, push away. One more time, inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chin up. Exhale, chin into the chest, rounding, grounding, pressing away, away, away. Then coming to a neutral spine. Take the knees as wide as the mat, untuck the toes, big toes are going to touch seeing the buttocks towards the heels, walk the arms out in front of you, shoulder width apart, press the palms into the mat, drop the head for your child's pose or balasana. Slide the shoulders away down the back, shoulders away from the ears. Lift the elbows up, press into the mat a little bit more, feeling the sticky texture, but pressing the buttocks closer towards the heels. It doesn't matter how low you go in this position. Breathe. It's consistency and practice, and it's also your anatomy, how your muscles are tight or how the bones are formed. So you may never get the buttocks to the heel. It's okay. Inhale, coming up to tabletop, keeping the knees and the palms exactly where they are, because this is your measurement for downward dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Tuck the toes, bring the knees towards one another, send the chest towards the thighs, drop the head, making sure the feet are, no more than 6 inches apart. Start to straighten the legs up. You're still on the ball of the foot. Press the chest closer towards the thighs. Drop the heels down, and then make sure the feet are parallel towards the edges of the mat. So you may need to rotate the thighs in or out depending on how your legs are. Begin to cycle through the legs, pedaling the feet, raising a heel, lifting, dropping the other, and just moving slow, feeling how the calves start to straighten out or stretch. And breathe here, shaking the head yes. Shaking the head, no, we're still warming up. Remember, the weight is in the bottom of the knuckle, the tips of the fingers, the thumb and the webbing, so you don't feel all that pressure in the wrist. If it does bother the wrist here, you're welcome to fold the mat to give yourself a little extra padding here. Come up onto the ball of the foot, press the chest closer towards the thighs, look in between the hands, bend your knees, keeping the buttocks still up in the air, and just walk the feet forward one by one. Exhaling the breath, coming into your first forward fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. Pull those shoulders back and lift the chin up. Exhale down into your fold. Then inhale, coming all the way up. Sweeping those arms up, interlacing, index finger points up. Steeple mudra, belly in, tuck the pelvis, and go back, back, back. Exhale all the way down into your fold. Making sure that you're shifting the weight into the ball of the hip, or the ball of the foot to where the hips are in line with those heels. Drop the head, shake it yes, shake it no. Bend the knees here if you need to. Bend the knees and step yourself into a high plank position. Get the shoulders right over the wrists. Zip those thighs up, pull away from the ground. You're pulling the stomach in, grounding through those shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees down first, just where they are. Exhale, chin and the chest pinching your elbows into your side. The butt stays up in the air. Untuck the toes, keep them together, and thread the chest through as you inhale, coming up into your cobra. Anchor the pelvis down, kneecaps are lifted, elbows are pinching into your side, shoulders are being pulled back, chin is lifted. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, push up into tabletop, and then go ahead and straighten the legs, coming into your dog. Pedal through the legs here, shaking the head yes, shaking it no, breathing. All right, come up to the ball of the foot,
press the chest towards the thighs. Bend the knees, keeping the buttocks up in the air. Look in between the hands and walk it forward, nice and slow. Exhale the breath into that fold. Inhale into that halfway lift. Flatten the spine, pull the shoulders back, lift the chest, shift the weight to the ball of the foot. Exhale all the way down into the fold. Inhale, coming all the way up into standing, sweeping those arms up, interlacing, steeple mudra, pulling up, 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 belly in, pelvis tucks in and go back, back, back. Exhale those hands into your heart center and breathe here for Pranayama. Thinking about a three-part breath. As you inhale, the belly gets big, the ribs come apart, the chest rises up. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. All right, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale all the way down into your forward fold. Inhale, step it back into that high plank position. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, buttocks stay up, pinch those elbows into your side, untuck the toes, keep the feet touching. Inhale, pulling that chest through, anchoring the pelvis, shoulders back, toes digging into the mat, maybe looking up toward the ceiling into your cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck those toes, push it on back up into a downward dog. Pedal the feet, shaking the head yes and no, breathing fully and completely. Come up to the ball of the foot, press the chest closer towards the thighs. Look in between the hands, bend the knees, and just walk it forward. Exhale all the breath into that fold. Inhale into that halfway lift. Exhale down into the fold. Inhale all the way up into standing. Sweep those arms up, pulling up, 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 belly, and tuck the pelvis and go back, 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 back. Exhale, hands into your heart center. Think about the three-part breath. Inhaling at the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. All right, from here, what I want you to do is keep the left foot forward. So you're going to be at the front of the mat. Place your hands on your hips, and we're going to step the right foot back, and it's going to step back at a 45-degree angle. I want you to start to square your hips towards the front of the mat. If you can't square the heel toe, that left foot out to the side a little bit more on the left to help the pelvis move into a more neutral position where it's aligned. Bend through that knee to get stacked right on top of the ankle. Back foot is completely flat and the leg is straight. Put your arms pressing them into an imaginary wall, feeling how the right glute starts to engage. Shoulders are still in line with the hips. Palms face one another, lift the arms up. Biceps frame the ears, rotate those pinkies in and look up for your warrior one. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, release the arms down to your side, straighten out that front leg. As we inhale, bend the knee again, raise the arms up, coming back into warrior one. Exhale, arms down, straighten the leg. Inhale, bend the leg, arms come back up. Exhale, arms down, straighten the leg. One more time, inhale, pulling all the way up. Holding right here, exhale. Inhale, cactus the arms and drop the head back, keep the leg bent. Exhale the arms up, keep the leg bent. Inhale, cactus the arms, drop the head, open the chest. Exhale, arms up. Last time, inhale, cactus those arms, hold it here, exhale. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, arms come down, straighten that front leg. And then go ahead and bend that leg, put your hands on your hips and step the right foot forward. Put the hands at heart center, take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale into that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, coming all the way up into standing, sweeping the arms Pulling up, up, up. Pull the belly in, tuck the pelvis and go back, back, back. Exhale the hands into your heart center. All right, so we're going to do the right side now. So I'm going to turn to the other side of the mat. You stay where you are. Right foot's going to stay forward. Put your hands on your hips. Left foot's going to step back at that 45-degree angle. Square the hips towards the front of the mat. Remember, if you can't square, heel toe that right foot towards the right. Go ahead and bend that right knee. Get it stacked right on top of that ankle. Back foot is plugged in, leg is straight. Press into that imaginary wall. Shoulders are right over the hips. Face the palms together. Biceps frame the ears. Rotate the pinkies in and look up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, the arms come down, straighten out that leg. Inhale, bend through the knee, arms come back up into Warrior 1. Exhale, arms come down, straighten the legs. Now we're connecting the movements. Inhale, bend the knee, arms come up. Exhale, arms come down, straighten the leg. Inhale, bend the knee, arms come up. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, cactus the arms, drop the head back. Exhale, straighten the arms, keep the bend in the leg. Inhale, cactus, open up the chest. This is a heart opener. Exhale, arms come up. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, arms up. Keep the arms up. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the arms, straighten out that front leg. Put your hands on your hips. Bend through the right knee to step that left foot forward. Hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way down into your fold. Inhale, stepping back into a high plank position. Exhaling the knees, chest and chin down. Pinch the elbows into your side. Untuck the toes. Inhale, threading the chest through, coming up into your cobra. Pull the shoulders back. Dig the toes into the mat. Kneecaps up, pelvis is anchored, and your feet are touching one another. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Push it back to tabletop, then into your dog. Pedal through the feet, shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Bend through your knees, send your chest towards your thighs, butt still up in the air. Look in between the hands and just walk it forward into a forward fold. Exhale all the breath. Inhale into that halfway lift. Exhale down into the fold. Then inhale, coming all the way up into standing, sweeping the arms up, pulling up, 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 belly in, tuck that pelvis, go back, back, back. Exhale the hands into your heart center and think about that 3-part breath. Inhaling where the belly gets big, the ribs come apart, the chest rises up. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. All right, we're at the front of the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to once again step the right foot back and keep it at a 45-degree angle. Squaring the hips, bending through the front knee, pressing the arms into the imaginary wall, palms to face each other. Bring the arms up, come back into your Warrior 1. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, the arms come down, straighten through the front leg. Take your hands to your back, interlace the fingers, square the hips, pull the arms down to open the shoulders to pull the chest forward. Bend through that front knee to get right on top of that ankle and look up. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more in. Exhale, straighten out that front leg. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're actually going to go into a humble warrior, or Baddha Virabhadrasana. So bend through that knee, get it right on top of the ankle. Drag those arms closer towards the floor. Open that chest, look up, take a deep breath in. And now as you exhale, you're going to start to lean forward where the torso comes into the inside of that thigh, so it's not resting on top of it. Drop the head, then start to pump the arms up as much as you can. And you're going to have that inside of the knee touching into your shoulder or your armpit maybe. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the back foot is plugged down completely. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, release the hands to where they're going to frame the foot, but keep that back foot where it is. And now we're just going to inhale the arms coming back up into our warrior one. Rotate those pinkies in. Exhale, arms release down the side, straighten out that front leg. Woo, right? You feel the burn? Hands come to the hips. Bend into that left knee to step the right foot forward. Hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale into that halfway lift. Exhale into your fold. And then inhale, coming all the way up into standing, sweeping those arms all the way up, pulling up, 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 belly in, tuck the pelvis, bending back, back, back. Exhale those hands into your heart center and think about the three-part breath. Breathing in belly, ribs, chest, exhaling chest, ribs, belly. So we got to do the other side. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Hands on the hips. Step the left foot back this time. 45 degrees. Square those hips off. All right? Bend through the right knee. Get it stacked right on top of the ankle. Remember, you can heel-toe that foot out if you can't square your hips. Or if you can't get your knee on top of the ankle, shorten your stance a bit. So from here, press into that imaginary wall. Palms face towards one another. Arms come up, looking up, warrior one. Make sure the back foot is plugged down completely. It's straight and strong. Squaring the hips should be activating the left glute. Take a deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. One more deep breath in. Exhale, arms come down the side, straighten out that leg. Same thing here. Interlace the fingers. Face forward, pull the shoulders back, drag the knuckles down towards the ground. Bend through that right knee to get stacked right on top of the ankle. Looking up, squaring the hips, take a deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. One more deep breath in. Exhale, straighten out that front leg. All right, so we're going to start to go into that Baddha Virabhadrasana, humble warrior. So bend into that right knee, square the hips, look up, pull the shoulders together to open up the chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to hinge forward to where the torso comes on the inside of that thigh. Drop the head, then pump the shoulders up or the arms up overhead. So your shoulder or armpit is like right there hugging into the inside of that knee or that thigh. Here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. Make sure the head is relaxed. You can shake the head yes and no. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down next to the foot. Then inhale the arms up, coming into your warrior one, making sure those pinkies are rotated in. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, arms to the side, straighten out that front leg. Put your hands on your hips. Bend into that right knee and step the left foot forward. Hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in, please. Exhale all the way down into the fold. Inhale, step it back into a high plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Pinch the elbows together. Untuck the toes. Thread the chest through as you inhale. Pull the shoulders back. Feet are together. Toes are digging into the mat. Kneecaps are up. Pelvis is anchored. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes and push the seat back towards the heels. Extend the legs, coming up into your downward dog. Pedaling through the feet, shaking the head yes, shaking it no, and breathing. Now come up to the ball of the foot, press the chest closer towards the thighs, begin to lower the heels down as much as you can, making sure that the feet are parallel towards the edges, but no more than 6 inches apart. So you may need to rotate the thighs in or out. And then we're going to have 5 breaths of stillness here. So take a deep breath in and out for 1. Deep breath in and out for 2. Deep breath in and out for 3. Deep breath in and out for 4. Deep breath in and out for 5. Beautiful. Shifting forward into a high plank position, just drop the knees down and then walk them in and get the hands or the wrist in line with the shoulders, tuck the toes, coming back into that tabletop position that we started out with. Inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chin up. Exhale, chin into the chest, round on through. Inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chin up. Exhale, chin into the chest, round, round, round. One more, inhale, drop that belly, lift that chin up. Exhale, chin into the chest, rounding here. And just coming into a nice neutral tabletop position. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on pigeon. And so you can do reclined pigeon if that's within your practice, where you lie down and put an ankle on the thigh and press it open. Or what we're going to do is we're going to go through pigeon together. So I'm going to face the other way now. And what I want you to do is to step both the feet back, coming into a high plank position. Push yourself into a dog, and then I want you to inhale the left foot up, squaring the hip to where the toes are pointing out so the leg may not go up that high. Then maybe that right heel lowers down a little bit further. You're going to bend through that knee, and you're going to bring the knee into the chest here, right into the center, shifting forward into a high plank. Pull the knee up, up, up to the chest, then turn the knee towards that left tricep. Set the leg down. And so it's going to be at a diagonal here. Lower down that right leg and then scooch the hip back. Look over the right shoulder, making sure this leg is nice and straight, that the toes are in line. There should be no pressure into your front knee. And then from here, what I want you to do is to lift the hands up to make sure that you're nice and stable. Then put the hands back down on the ground. Your left hip, there should be nothing. It's not touching the ground at all. You should actually be able to put a yoga block right underneath it, and that's how you know your hips are going to be squared. And you may want to use the smaller block for this, or a blanket, or you may not even need it. So then you can maybe come down to your forearms, keeping the hips square. So that should be able to balance a yoga block on there and it never moves. And then if you have your hands down on the forearms here, you can even use a block to make the ground closer to you. You know, that works too. You should feel a deep stretch right there in that left glute. And don't tuck the chin into the chest. You can come all the way down into a full sleeping posture, where maybe you can get your chin down on the ground or your chest down. That's fine too. Every day is different, right? So I'm going to stay on my forearms today, but you should feel a really big tug right there in that left glute. And what you're doing is you're getting into those 6 hip rotators, and the biggest one we're going for is the piriformis, because that's the one that gets tight and pinches on the sciatic nerve. And so this is a great stretch if you ever had sciatica. Now, if your right knee is bothering you, the one that's on the ground here, you can firm into the top of the foot to lift the kneecap up, or you can tuck the toes to lift it up as well, keeping the hips square or putting like a blanket underneath it. Breathing fully and completely in and out. Let your body weight do the work for you. And remember, there's no pain at all in that left knee. If there is, get up, okay? And roll out of it, where you go to the left hip and come forward. Breathe in and out. In and out. All right, take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, go ahead and come on up to the forearms first.
the right toe, straighten the leg out, and we're going to send the left knee or leg up into a three-legged dog.
So press the leg up high. You can open up the hip, bend the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee, then set the foot down, coming back into your dog. Now for those in reclined pigeon, you can bring the knees to the chest and kind of rock from side to side, then set up for the other side down. For the rest of us, go ahead and take that right foot up, toes are pointing down so the hips are square. Bring the knee into the chest, pulling it up high, high, high. Turn the knee towards that right tricep, set it down, and then squiggle the left leg back. Look over the left shoulder to make sure that back leg is nice and straight. And go ahead and sit up to make sure that you're nice and square here. Remember, nothing, the hip is not touching the ground, so maybe you can put a yoga block to add to stability here. And then make sure to keep yourself honest that you're not going to have that hip on the ground. So then go ahead, you can come down onto your forearms, use the block to make the ground closer to you, or come into the full sleeping posture. Now, you may find out that one side's a little bit more flexible than the other, right? It's just, each side is different. This is a big hip opener, and they, the infamous they, say that we keep a lot of our emotional baggage in our hips, and sometimes that's why they're very tight. And that's also why when we do like a big hip opening practice, it can create a lot of emotions. You know, maybe you get a little teary-eyed, not because it hurts, but because you're releasing emotions, and that's completely normal. So breathe in and out, in and out. Take another breath in for me. As you exhale, come back on up. Off of the forearms to the palms, tuck your toes, and the left, lift the kneecap up. Right knee's gonna go up. We're gonna send the leg into a three-legged dog. So here we go. Pressing the leg up, open that hip. Knee is bending, leg is straightening back and forth. It's getting that blood flow back in, right? And just bring the foot down and your dog. Pedaling through for those in reclined pigeon, just rock from side to side in Vipassana, knees to chest. And then everybody, or for my people that are in downward dog, just come on down onto your knees here. And then also for those in Vipassana, just roll to one side and come on up into a tabletop, and then just come into a kneeling position. All right, so what we're going to work on today is going to be Ustrasana, or camel pose. So this is where a yoga block may come in handy for you to make the ground closer to you. Or maybe you can just do a version where you're just going to have your hands on your hips. So what you have to do here, you're going to come into a kneeling, and then I want you to tuck your toes here. Take the knees about hip width apart, so you should be able to put like your fist there, or even use the yoga block in between the legs, and you can squeeze onto that, and that may actually help for a little bit of stability. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to sit up tall, we're going to put our hands on our hips, we're going to have our toes tucked. You're going to keep pressing the thighs forward and the stomach forward, and you're going to start to drop the head back, putting a little bend into the spine here. And then I want you to bring the chin to the chest, straighten the torso, press the hips and the thighs forward, drop the head back. Chin comes to the chest, straighten on up. Press those hips forward, that's the quadriceps forward, drop the head back. Then maybe the right arm will come down and reach towards that heel. Bring it up. Then take the left arm down, reaching for that heel. Bring it up. Then you can start kind of rocking back, keeping the hands on the hips, hinging back and forward, back and forward. If you never need to come out of this because this is too much, just take the chin to the chest and maybe go into a child's pose. Now, what the block is for here, if you want to grab that coming out of it, you can place it down next to one of the heels to make the ground closer to you. You can use 2 yoga blocks here for it to be really helpful. Go ahead and push the hips forward, chest, drop the head.
then maybe your right hand, or whatever hand is what the block comes to, fingers come to the block and you're able to have stability there. And this can be your version of Ustrasana or camel pose. Now for those of you that camel is within your normal practice, hands to the hips, drop the head, press those hips forward, bend into the back, and start to reach for the heels one at a time with the arms. Pulling the chest up like someone has a string, pulling the heart up towards the ceiling, dropping the head back, lifting up, keep pressing those hips forward. Deep breath in, and out, in, and out. Then from here, bring the hands to the hips first. Straighten up a little bit, bring the chin into the chest. And then everybody come into a tabletop position. Take the knees as wide as the mat, untuck the toes, press the seat back towards the heels, and just come into a child's pose, extending the arms out. You can put them on elbows on the ground, and just round through that spine there. It could feel good to bend the elbows with the hands at prayer right at the base of the neck, or even take the arms back around, grabbing for your heels here to release everything with the forehead on the ground. Or maybe you can put your hands on your back, holding a wrist with one of the hands. Breathing in and out, in and out. All right, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, take the hands next to the chest, just press yourself up. And then bring the knees together and just take the legs out to one side or another. And just extend the legs out in front of you, giving it a nice little kick here. And we'll do a little bit of seated forward fold here for Paschimottanasana. Shift to one side, pulling the flesh out from beneath the thigh, the other, and get right underneath the booty here. Now, if your legs are not stretched or straight out here when you're flat on the ground, what you can do is sit on a folded blanket or a block, and that will help you to tilt the pelvis into a more natural position to give you that ability to straighten the legs out. And it also works if you have super tight hamstrings, because it will just be able to put you up in a slightly different position where you're not going to get that giant stretch if your body's not ready for it. Hands behind the hips, pull the toes towards you, feet are together, chest forward, pinch the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, you can go ahead and round through the spine. Maybe you take the hands to the shins or on the outside of the mat, and maybe the toes here. And just breathing just for a moment, because this is a very relaxed version of Paschimottanasana, but it's not the full stretch. It's not the aligned posture. We're just relaxing for a second. Take a breath in. Exhale, go ahead and roll it on up. Okay, so for the actual version of this, take your yoga strap, or maybe even have a block nearby. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the yoga strap, and you're going to bring it around the ball of the foot, and you're going to hold onto the strap ends like horse reins, keeping the feet together, pulling the toes back towards you, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back, chest forward, lift the chin up. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, hollow the belly, pulling it in towards the spine and leaning forward, but don't round the spine. The spine is flat, shoulders are, keep pulling back, chest is forward, and you're lifting that chin up to help with it being nice and straight. So it's a big, big stretch here. Maybe this is where you want to be. And just keep breathing. If you want to take it a little bit further, maybe you can go ahead and touch your toes here, but don't do it just because your shoulders are hunched in so you can touch your toes. So what I want you to do is you're going to lean forward, take a breath in, hold those toes, and then as you exhale, hollow the belly and then roll the shoulders back and pull the chest forward and lift the chin up. So it's a much deeper stretch here. That's why you have the strap if you can't get into this position. Now for those of you, some of you have a lot of flexibility here. So you can take the yoga block, place it on the ball of the foot, and I'm going to put my block on level 1, which is the lowest setting, but you can take it all the way out to level 3, where maybe you're holding onto the edges of the block. I can't do that today, I'm not warmed up enough. And that's the one thing. Listen to your body. Don't do things
And don't think about what you did yesterday. Think about today. It's only today. So if you're holding that block, get your fingers wrapped around it. My shoulders are all hunching forward right now just so I can do it. But remember, deep breath in. As you exhale, roll the shoulders back, chest forward, look forward, lift the chin up, and then you're going to get into that stretch. And this is going to get into the low back too. Full inhalations, full exhalations. Breathe in and out. In and out. One more deep breath here, guys. As you exhale, go ahead and release the block, the strap, or the hands from the feet, and just set it off to the side. Actually, put it towards the front of the mat so that way it won't get in your way. So from here, bend those knees, feet are flat on the ground, and just scooch forward to where the toes are towards the edge of the mat, and just kind of lie on your back. I know, doesn't that feel nice? And bring the knees into your chest, wrap your arms around them, and just rock from side to side for your Vipassana. Full inhalations, full exhalations. Breathe. And then go ahead and set the feet flat down on the ground. Take your arms to a cactus or a T. Palms can be face up or face down. All we're doing is we're anchoring our shoulders down. Walking the heels a little bit closer towards the buttocks. Bring the knees together. And then take a deep breath in. Hold that breath, and we're going to let the legs drop and fall over towards the right. So the shoulders are anchored down to the ground, and maybe look towards the left. And we're going to have 5 breaths here. So close the eyes if you like. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Last deep breath in here. Exhale all the breath. This time as you take a deep breath in, hold the breath. Pull the stomach in, just bring the knees back to center and look up towards the ceiling. Exhale the breath. Inhale. Hold the breath. Pull the belly in, then drop the knees towards the left side. You can exhale here, then look towards the right, maybe even close your eyes. So deep breath in, and out. Deep breath in, and out. One more deep breath in. Exhale all the breath. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath, pull the knees back up to center, looking up towards the ceiling, and then bring those knees back into your chest once again and just rock from side to side. All right, this is also a great opportunity for Happy Baby. If you don't want to take Happy Baby, just keep rocking the knees, holding on to them, or your hands can grab the outer edges of the feet here. Bring those knees in towards the armpits, pulling the tailbone closer towards the ground here, and the shoulders more towards the ground for a big hip opener. Maybe you can rock from side to side if that feels good, you know, Ananda Balasana. Anytime you see a baby doing this, they're happy, right? They're always smiling, so that's why it's called Happy Baby. You can even straighten out a leg or maybe both, and then you're kind of pulling the toes towards the ground, rocking the pelvis back and forth. Just a nice release here. It's kind of like an upside down Upavista. Breathe in and out. In and out. Take another breath in. As you exhale, bend those knees if the legs are straight. Then everybody have your knees to your chest, rocking from side to side. Then stop rocking. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the forehead towards the knees, tucking yourself into a tight little ball. Release the head down first, and then extend the legs out one at a time, coming into your Shavasana. Then the arms will splay out next to the sides here, with the palms face out. Close the eyes and get comfortable. It may feel good to put a block underneath the tailbone if you'd like to do that, Or maybe even come into Baddha Konasana where you have the feet together and the knees splay out. And then the arms can be haloing the head, or maybe you take your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your belly. And just focus on the breath. And while you're here in Shavasana, I'm going to walk you through a guided meditation. First, I want you to take a deep breath in. Exhale all the breath out. Deep breath in. Sigh it all out. And one more deep breath in. Sigh it out. And just come to your natural breath. I want you to start to think that the body's getting very, very heavy. It starts at your ankles and your heels. They get a lot of weight. They start to pull into the mat. It goes up through the calves, through the hamstrings, the buttocks, up through the spine. It gets up into the back. Feels heavy where it's just being pressed down into the mat. The shoulders get closer to the mat. The arms start to get heavy, starting at the shoulder, going down the humerus bone. Then it gets into your forearms, down to your hands and your fingers. And everything's just heavy. It's like your fingers weigh 100 pounds each. You can't move them. It's just completely embedded into the mat. It goes up through the spine and the neck and through the skull. It's just heavy. And you're just connected there. Then take a breath in. As you sigh it out, all that weight releases. And it feels like you're just in a fluffy bed sunk down, or maybe even like you're floating in a pool of water. Just breathing in and out, feeling completely relaxed. And during this moment, I want you to think about what that personal intention was that you set at the beginning of your practice. And think about anything that you may have learned about yourself during practice, not just from a physical standpoint, but that inner self, that higher consciousness. What did you learn? Take a moment to reflect on that. Taking full inhalations and full exhalations into the body. And then I want you to think about one thing that makes you happy. The very first thing that comes to your mind is you make the corners of your mouth turn up because you're smiling. Your face should be relaxed. Then I want you to start taking deeper breath into the body, wiggling in through the fingers and the toes, starting to bring life into it once again. It may feel nice to raise the arms up overhead. Maybe you interlace the fingers and flip the palms back for a deep stretch to the center, to the left, and to the right. And then begin to bend the knees with the feet flat on the ground. And just roll over to whatever side feels good to you. You can hug your knees into your chest, kind of like in a fetal position, or you can use your bottom arm as a pillow to rest your head. And then take this moment for reflection, thinking about the practice that you just did, thinking about how you feel right now. And then I want you to remember to always fill your hearts with peace, harmony, laughter, and love. Go ahead, take a deep breath in, hold that breath, and with your top arm and your top leg, begin to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Keep the eyes closed. Sit up nice and tall once you get there, bringing the shoulders more in line with the hips, the ears more in line with the shoulders. Then the palms can be face up, face down, or even connect the finger, index finger and thumb for that nice mudra from Muladhara. It's grounding. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. Deep breath in. And sigh it out. And I'm going to go through a chakra mantra here, starting at the base of the spine for the root chakra. I am grounded and balanced. My feet are firmly planted in the earth. Moving up to the sacral chakra. It's right there in the center of the pelvis.
I am experiencing joy in my life, which allows me to express my creativity. Moving up to the solar plexus right in the center of the belly. I am strong, I am capable, and I am confident. Moving up to the heart chakra right there at the heart. My heart is open to love for all beings, including myself. Moving up to the throat chakra. I speak the truth, I speak with eloquence, and I speak with conviction. I hear and I listen to others. Moving up to that third eye center right in between the eyes there at the center of the forehead. I am thinking clearly. I know without knowing as I listen to my intuition, and I know nothing as I remember my humility. Then moving to the top of the head, the crown. I am awakened, I am conscious, and I am connected with the universe. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, place the palms together at heart center, laying your prayer, bowing your head. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful. I would like to end practice with one Om. If you'd like to participate, let's take a nice deep breath to begin. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you, and I bow to you all with Namaste. I hope you had a wonderful practice. Come see me next time. We're going to go through a little bit stronger of a Hatha flow, and then we're going to bring a more gentle practice back, the video after that. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.